Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the ENGWE M20, a fat tire e-bike with a moto-inspired design, dual battery setup that pushes serious range of up to 150 kilometers and a road presence that instantly turns heads whenever it appears. With its massive fat tires, long bench seat and aggressive design, it already feels more like a compact electric motorcycle than a regular bicycle that moment you see it in the real life. And once you see it in motion, the real question becomes whether this is just a fun attention grabber or generally capable ride for everyday use and longer adventures. For more details, see in this ENGWE M20 video review. The bike arrives in a large heavy box, and the first physical impression alone tells you it's not a lightweight commuter machine. Inside the box, everything is very well protected, with the frame securely wrapped, sensitive parts isolated from each other, and all components tightly fixed so nothing moves during transport. Along with the bike itself, you get some ENGWE stickers, pedals, bicycle assembly tool, ENGWE user manual, as well as this charger with the corresponding EU adapter. So overall, the setup process is straightforward and doesn't require any advanced mechanical experience. Most of the critical parts are already factory installed, leaving you with the front wheel, front double lights, handlebars, pedals and a few finishing adjustments before the bike is ready for the hit the road. But the real change happens the moment you actually see the bike fully assembled and standing on its wheels for the first time, because that is what the ENGWE M20 stops looking like something from a catalog and starts looking like a real object that dominates space. The frame of the bike is made of 6061 aluminum alloy, which gives it very good balance between strength, stiffness and overall weight. Although the entire bike is in its configuration weighs around 34 to 35 kilograms, this weight does not act as a disadvantage here, but as a factor that directly contributes to stability. While riding, you have the feeling that the bike is laying on the road that is not light and nervous, but firm, stable and predictable at all times, almost like a real motorcycle. The frame construction seems extremely compact and solid without any signs of flexing, twisting or unpleasant vibrations. The load capacity of the bicycle is around 120 kilograms, which makes it suitable for a wider range of users. This includes the taller drivers, but also those who want additional cargo, bags or equipment without fear of it affecting the stability or safety of the ride. One of the key elements of the M20 is 20 by 4.0 fat tires that completely define the character and behavior of this bike on the road. These tires are not only a visual detail that gives aggressive and moto appearance, but they are key functional elements that affect stability, safety and driving comfort in all conditions. Thanks to the wide contact surface with the ground, the bike has an extremely stable feeling on the asphalt without nervousness and without the feeling that is hunting on the road. On those surfaces such as macadam, gravel, dirt roads or uneven asphalt, the tires literally absorb a large part of the bumps and reduce the vibrations that would otherwise go directly to the steering wheel and the driver's body. The ENGWE M20 comes with a front suspension and a rear shock absorber that together create a very balanced shock absorption system. The rear shock absorber further stabilizes the rear of the bike and allows for a softer and more controlled ride, especially on longer distances or uneven terrain. Combined with the fat tires, the entire system works very harmoniously. Instead of feeling every bump, the ride becomes smooth, stable and predictable. The bike does not bounce uncontrollably, but remains under control even when the surface is not ideal. This system is not designed for extreme off-road, but for everyday riding, city conditions and light off-road terrain. It provides an above average level of comfort and safety. One of the most important safety features on the M20 is the 160mm mechanical disc brakes located on the front and the rear. These brakes provide plenty of stopping power for a bike of this weight and speed. The response is direct and predictable, meaning you immediately know how much force you need to apply to achieve the desired braking effect. Although they are not hydraulic, in combination with the larger tires and a stable frame, they provide a very secure sense of control even at higher speeds or sudden stops in city riding. The lighting system on M20 is not just an attractive addition but important part of the safety package. The front massive dual LED lights are powerful and wide, with a strong enough beam that allows the good road visibility in low light conditions. Its high position allows for stable illumination of the road without too much light scattering, and the design itself is breathtaking. The rear light is integrated into the rear on the bike and has additional braking function. When you slow down or brake, the light automatically increases, which significantly increases visibility in traffic and gives additional signal to other road users. Altogether, it creates a very good safety system that covers both the front and the rear of the bike. In this model, the ENGWE M20 comes with a dual battery system consisting of two 48-watt 30Ah batteries, which gives a total of 26 Ah capacity or approximately 1248 watt-hour of energy. This capacity allows for very good rides without constantly worrying about charging. In real-world riding conditions, the range depends on several factors such as the weight of the rider, terrain, speed, and a level of assistance. In optimal conditions, the manufacturer states up to 75 km per battery in PS mode. The batteries are fully removable, meaning they can be charged outside the bike with a single turn of the key. Each battery has its own key lock system, which further increases security against theft. Charging time is about 5 to 6 hours per battery, meaning both can be charged in parallel or separately depending on the charger and setup. The M20 comes with the LCD screen that displays all the key information during the ride. The screen is large enough and easy to read even in direct sunlight, which is important when riding in open conditions. Visibility is maximum without having to take your eyes off the road. The screen displays current speed, assistance level 1 to 5 levels, battery status, total mileage, trip data. The controls are simple and ergonomically arranged. On the left side there are buttons for changing the assistance level, turning the lights or basic functions. On the right side are the throttle and a gear shift. After a short ride, the entire system becomes completely intuitive and natural to use. It's very simple. The seat on the M20 is one of the key elements of comfort, and design makes it a form of long and wide moped-style seat that allows for a relaxed ride without a sporty body fit. The length of the seat allows for changing positions while riding, which is especially important on longer distances. The width and softness of the foam provide very good distribution, which reduces pressure and increases overall comfort. The ENGWE M20 comes with a 48-watt 250-watt electric motor in the EU limited version. While in unlocked configuration it can deliver significantly more performance depending on the settings and market variant. In everyday riding, the way that the motor delivers power is most noticeable, and this is perhaps one of the most enjoyable characteristics. Acceleration is not sudden or aggressive, but comes smoothly, linearly and very controlled. The bike does not shoot forward but simply pulls you into the ride in a way that feels natural and stable. In urban controls, that means that M20 behaves very predictably. It is this stability in a power transfer that gives the impression that you are always in full control of the bike, even when the traffic becomes dynamic. The maximum speed in the EU version is limited to 25 km per hour, which is a legal limit, while the unlocked version, the bike can reach approximately 40 to 45 km per hour depending on the rider's fate, road conditions and battery level. What's important to note is that even at higher speeds the bike remains stable thanks to its weight, wide tires and frame geometry. The motor has enough torque to overcome urban and medium step climbs without feeling stiff, especially when used in combination with Shimano 7-speed transmission, which allows the power to optimize and distribute much more efficiently. That means that you are not only depend on the motor but also your own pedaling rhythm, which extends the range and makes the ride more natural. Overall, the riding feel is very balanced, not extreme, not overly aggressive, but more in direction of stable, safe and comfortable electric cruising. The ENGWE M20 is not a classic city e-bike and never tries to be. This is an e-bike that combines several different worlds into one experience: motorcycle-inspired design, stability provided by 20x4 fat tires, practicality of a dual battery system with a total range of up to 150 km in ideal conditions, and comfortable, almost relaxed ergonomics that change the way you experience riding. So if you are looking for lightweight, minimalistic city bike, the M20 will not be your first choice. But if you are looking for something that looks brutally hot and good, gives a good range and creates a feeling of freedom and relaxed riding every time you sit on it, then this is one of those models that is very easy to remember and even easier to love. If you're considering adding the ENGWE M20 to your collection, you can find the official purchase links below this video. Don't miss out on the chance to take advantage of our current promotional pricing. Act quickly as the offer is limited. Secure your ENGWE M20 e-bike today and experience a total new level of riding enjoyment. That wraps up our review for now. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates and reviews. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, ride safe and bye.